The smartest creators in the world aren't chasing trends, they're building moats. I'm going to explain what this means in today's video. Let's go back to the castle and drawbridge days. I want you to imagine a castle with a drawbridge over a big canyon moat. Now, beneath that moat could be a bunch of alligators and water, but that moat is your biggest advantage. And irregardless of what size creator you are, maybe you have 100 subs, maybe you have 10 million subscribers. Having a strong moat is one of the strongest and highest leverage things that you can have. Now, how do you define this and how do you build this? I'm going to run you through. Firstly, my name is Andrew. I've been doing YouTube content for well over a decade now. I also run a content agency where we work directly with high-ticket businesses to help them drive more leads. Additionally, as well, we're running the largest creator RAM program in the world, the #1. We have over 50 million subscribers, $100 million generated in that program in itself. So I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about. Building a moat is one of the strongest things you can do. And a lot of creators fail to build a moat, so they just blend it with everybody else. It's almost like radio static. You can't really tell it apart. You ever see those challenges of people like taste testing different types of sodas between like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew? Obviously, you can tell them all apart, especially because too, they're significantly different. But what happens if you do a blindfold taste test and now all of a sudden you're tasting Coke and you're tasting that off no-name brand Coke and then that other off no-name brand Coke? They start to get a little bit closer and closer together. And sure, you might still be able to taste the main name brand Coke, but it starts getting a little bit too close for comfort for some of the other people there. And that's exactly what you don't want. You want to have that distinction between Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew. You want to have that moat that separates you from the rest. How do you do this? The highest leverage thing that you can pull and you can start doing literally today is with your video ideas. The question you want to ask yourself is, how can I make an idea so unique that nobody else has done it? But more importantly, so that other people can't copy me. Now, of course, you probably immediately jump to Mr. Beast and you probably already think, oh, I need to spend so much money on this video. No. You see, a lot of people think the more money you spend, the more results you're going to get on a YouTube video, when in fact that is completely wrong. When it all comes down to a phenomenal idea, you could have a phenomenal idea that you spend $5 on and that video could do exceptional for you. The idea here is that you need to focus on the evolution of your ideas that separates you amongst everybody else. Let me ask you this. If you made videos that were really original, or even if you spun off other concepts that were viral formats from other niches or in your niche, but you made it true to yourself, that right there, everybody will recognize you as the person that does those types of video ideas. For example, one of my best friends, Unspeakable, or Nathan, he is known for the guy that has filled his house up with ball pit balls. Now, of course, since he has done that, hundreds of other creators have copied him, but people know him from that. He has done the largest video with ball pit balls ever. Nobody has been able to top them on that. Or same thing with building a life-size Lego house. Nobody's been able to top him on that. He owns the moat. He has the highest levers pulled, and nobody can come close to copying him. Now, of course, you don't need to build a life-size Lego house or fill your house up with ball pit balls. You need to think of a really unique idea. And sometimes it just comes down to really brainstorm what can be different amongst your content, amongst the noise of everybody else. You ever see that photo of all the sheep? There's all the white sheep and then there's one black sheep right in the center and the black one is what stands out. That's what you want to be. You want to be the black sheep that does things differently amongst everybody else. That's the most important part here, is that you are different and your ideas stand out amongst all the noise that everybody else is hearing. Now, the second way that creators build a moat is through the experience. You ever watched a movie before and at the very end you're crying, or you watched a movie before and at the very end you're really upset, it was just a bad movie? That experience, that walk away, is what you want your audience to feel, but ideally not the bad one. You want people to have an emotion, usually a positive one. Providing the audience with a really good emotion as they're watching the videos is an incredible psychological trick that you can do to make people fall in love with you more. If people finish the video and they feel good, or they had a good experience or a good time with you, it's no differently than like hanging out with your friends. That's the same thing that you want to have with other people. And so a big thing that we focus on, especially when I was a full-time YouTuber and really hammering in that game, was how do we make people feel like, hey, we're all friends here, we're all homies, and I want you to feel connected with that as well too. I want it to feel relatable, I want it to be fun, I want it to be exciting, but most importantly, I want you to leave with a positive emotion. So if you can remind yourself how you can instill that emotion amongst other people, that already will set you apart and help you grow your audience even further, but have that moat. Because honestly, what a lot of creators suffer with is they're just not good online personalities. They kind of suck at making people feel like they're friends. They kind of suck with building trust with people. I want to make sure that you see me as a homie that's like, this guy's genuinely just trying to help me out, and I trust what he's saying because I've looked into him, I've done an audit on all of his stuff, and I know he's actually the real deal. That's the whole point, and that's what my moat is. The fact that I'm not some fake guru, I'm like actually the guy that has done everything I'm talking about. But more importantly as well too, I genuinely want you to watch this and go, damn, all right, I trust this guy. Like, I want to indulge in what he's doing, because if this is what he's telling me on the surface, everything in the background must be even better than that, which is also why you should definitely check out the links down below in the description. Whether it's to join the world's largest brand creator program in the world, so you can learn from experts, like the actual experts on how you can grow your social media, or two, if you want to try AI video editing, we just launched it. There's a link down below in the description. Now, obviously for early creators, your moat can be developed off of trend, yes. But anytime you're doing trends, you wanna make sure that you still have a moat around you. How can you make a trend something that's really popular? It could be a meme, it could be a new game that comes out. For example, GTA 6 is a game that everybody's anticipating. In fact, that game alone is gonna make crazy amounts of millionaires just off of content creators who make content on that game. You will catch me there. But how do you make content that is going to make your moat around your videos different and better amongst everybody else that is also making content and videos around that same subject matter? A lot of people are going to do generalized story walkthroughs. A lot of people are going to do multiplayer modded games or trolling. But how can you do something that's going to differentiate yourself amongst everybody else? How do you stand out amongst the crowd and be the black sheep? Now, there's a perfect book if you want to read it. I highly recommend it. It's called Purple Cow. It goes over the analogy of like if you were driving through a farm field and all you saw was brown cows everywhere and all of a sudden you saw a purple cow, that purple cow would stand out. It's the analogy of marketing of like how you can be the purple cow. I would highly recommend reading that book because this is where you can integrate into your moat in your ecosystem of content to make you stand out more and be overall a better creator. But more importantly, all the hard work that you're putting forth can be higher leverage for you and you can get more views, subscribers, and make more money along the way. If you have any questions for me, let me know down below in the comment section. Happy to answer and happy to make a follow-up video on any of them as well too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the links down below in the description. I'll see you in the next video.